Bobby, can we start the podcast with you saying, "What is up, every Bobby?" And then just act as if nothing has happened. And then we'll just carry on and see if anyone notices.
That's really good.
I think that's a good idea, Bobby.
You just broke Bobby, I think.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh.
How long you been holding on to that one for, Toby?
I thought of it last week.
Last week!
Yeah.
I thought of it last week.
I thought of it last week.
Oh my
I wasn't
god.
here.
Oh, my stomach. Oh my god, that was hilarious. The problem is I say it now and I'll start laughing immediately. I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
What is up, everybody?
Alright, ready?
I can't wait for the podcast. It's happening as soon as I stop talking.
I can't do that.
Oh, Bobby, come on, get it together.
Oh, alright, hold on.
Oh.
Toby's in my head now. Okay.
Maybe if you were a professional like everybody at Nintendo Power
You know
Podcast.
what? This isn't what it's
together.
about. You know that.
All right.
The guy just...
All right. Show us how it's done. Show us how it's done, Mr. Professional. I hope you put this at the start of the episode. Just finish my coffee then.
Oh my god. Oh, he can't breathe.
Maybe I'll put on the Super NES Classic.
Oh.
Or Xbox.
Okay. Alright. Oh. Okay.
Felt that in my eye.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
I gotta turn Discord off.
Okay. What is up, I can't. Let me speak. Okay, hold on. What is up, everybody? Jesus. It sounds so funny.
You nearly did it. That was great.
Hold on. This is so dumb. Oh, yeah. Because it's weird because what is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
Holy man.
Bobby's gonna have to do like a compilation of all his mess ups at the start.
Hang on, hang on. Before you start, I just need to message Chelsea and let her know that you've been laughing for the last half an hour, so we're gonna run a little long. Bobby
It's not my
can't
fault,
start
man.
the show because Toby made him laugh for a half hour. It's all his unprofessional ass's fault.
This is not
Send.
a professional. This is just funny. I'm sorry that you don't find things humorous in Canada.
I find it hilarious. I don't know why I should. This is the phase for somebody who's been up for 3 hours already.
That could be a problem.
Actually, more than 3 hours. Good lord.
What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Time for the breakdown. We're going to talk about the patrons on Patreon. Patrons, I don't know what I'm saying over here. It doesn't matter. Look, let's just jump back into it. Platinum Executive Producer Corey Hicks. Gold Executive Producer Sheldon Benedict. Executive Producers Nick Milicia, James Johnson, Jesse Armstrong, Glauco Schaffer, David Ray, Michael Drummie, Brendan Myers, Aaron Doherty. Thank you guys so very much. You did that on purpose because there's no way I can cut it out now. Anyway.
I bet they have shiny shoes. They're such a gentleman.
That's whatever. That's like kick the show
Well groomed.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the Gaming Gurus. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my best friend in all the land, Toby Thornton. What is up, Toby?
What is up, Bobby?
Oh, God. And the greatest co-host in all of podcasting, Sean Capri. What is up?
What is up, Bobby?
Come on, Sean.
It is,
Behave yourself.
exactly. Let's act a little professional, shall we, Sean?
Yeah, come on,
I
Sean.
Toby and I...
That's our connection, Toby. Is Mike Myers a Canadian playing a British secret spy?
Yeah.
That is a great. I watched that first one probably like a dozen times in the maybe even a baker's dozen.
The second one I thought was the best.
Oh no, you just have a crush on Heather Graham.
No. I thought the second one was the best. The third one was just horrible.
Oh, the third one, I remember laughing my tits off at the start. They had the whole like parody movie, and they got Danny DeVito playing Mini-Me. Oh, Bobby, that Gold member? They got the Dutch accent. It's amazing.
I don't know. I just wasn't into it.
Maybe it's just
The greatest British spy film, Johnny English.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson. Gosh, I was just gonna say my favorite Rowan Atkinson is actually the stand-up. I think.
Yeah.
That's probably the
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Either that or the bird from The Lion King. He played a heck of a bird, an African bird.
Did he play serious roles at one time, or was it always been comedy?
I believe that I defer to Toby.
I'm asking Toby, and he's just sitting there like a.
I'm pretty sure he's mostly just silly stuff.
I like him. Yeah. I like him in Love Actually. When they're trying to buy the gift and he's like taking his time and real slow and like.
I forgot about that.
That is so funny, man. I love
that guy. There he is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to him? You guys make a statue out of him, Toby?
Did he die?
No, he's not dead.
He'd be a living statue.
No, there was a rumor that he died not too long ago, but that's not.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there was a rumor that he died, but. Could you imagine being famous and waking up and you're reading on tweets and stuff like on Twitter like you're dead and you're like,
it's weird.
I'm not dead. I'm still here.
It's funny. There's certain celebrities that you hear those rumors about that are plausible only for that celebrity. I know that sounds weird because anyone can die, but it's like it's more believable when it's these sort of on the fringe sort of celebrities that you think, oh yeah, like that's probable.
Oh, whatever happened to them? Oh, they died.
There's a thing that happens every single year. The Undertaker apparently dies every single year. And it's weird because it'll go all over the place and people are like, and then you have to actually go look to see like, is this legit or is it not? It's crazy. Because the weird thing too is like, they'll show pictures, like people show pictures of him like really messed up. Like really, and then he comes back for WrestleMania and it's like, I thought he was done. I thought he was like, he's crippled and he's...
No, he was just learning how to ride a motorcycle.
Pretty much.
He was gone for a little while.
Yeah, pretty much. So
hooked up with Kid Rock. Oh, that's a deep cut, Bobby.
I know.
He's an American badass.
Rolling and rolling.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's what it was, wasn't it?
No, he came out to American Badass by Kid Rock.
At one point, but he also came out to roll when it first.
Yeah,
when it first started,
first it was American Badass.
No, it was not.
Somebody's gonna check his. All right, I'm
a bet you on that one. Trust me.
No.
He originally came out.
Oh, what are we betting? What are we betting? I
don't know.
Yeah, steaks. We need steaks, Bobby. Come on.
Oh, hang on though. I'm starting to remember Roland though. I don't think that was at first though.
Yes, it was. It was at first, and then they changed it to because he started to become the American Badass. When he first came out, he was just still the Undertaker. No. Yes, I'm telling you. Trust
Man.
me.
We should or we change the show right now? Go to the GeekCast? Because we can't talk about wrestling. Unless we have some sort of tie-in to like WrestleMania 2000 or something like that.
WWE 2K18 is out on the Nintendo Switch, so I mean we're basically tying it all.
Is it though?
Ooh, it's pretty bad. It's pretty.
Is it on there?
It's on there, but I don't know how.
You can spend money at it.
Yeah, I'm not buying.
I can't believe they charge money for that.
It's so bad.
Like
I was watching the guy play it, right, and I am just floored by the frame rate drops. Like, it is unbelievable how slow that game gets when characters get on the screen. Like, you're doing a 6 men at one time on the thing, and the slowdown is so bad. They're like crawling. It's like, this is insane how bad it is. I could not imagine playing that game like that. That is just, it's a shame. Because there were a lot of people really excited for it. What really is sad is people canceled their special edition pre-orders on like the PS4 or in the Xbox One. So that way they could buy just a regular edition on both to support the Nintendo Switch. And then they got left with that piece of garbage. That hot trash in the summer, which you can buy the shirt now over on tpublic.com/Nintendo Guru. Go check it out. Yeah. /Nintendo Guru. Go check it out. What are you doing, man?
I was right.
That's not the original. How do you know that's the
This
original?
This is the debut of the American Badass Undertaker.
How do you know that's the original? What do you...
Okay, well, this is just a garbled mess, but there you go.
Shut it
2
off.
million views. All right, it's off. Just take it easy. I'm right.
Okay, exactly.
Cut that bit out, Bobby.
I am. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You hear myself back and forth. And... Okay. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs.
Geek out!
Gentlemen.
Toby, what are you geeking out about?
I'm geeking out because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow morning, I will have been done. I'll probably be making breakfast tomorrow morning this time.
What are you having for breakfast, Bobby?
I make pancakes every Christmas.
Yeah?
I make pancakes, and then I was going to
Bacon?
make bacon, but Tony was like, it's too messy. Just make
Oh,
sausage.
come on.
I know, but she loves bacon. I was surprised she said no, but she's just like, yeah.
Bobby,
too
it's
messy.
Christmas Day. Treat yourself. Make yourself some bacon with
I
your
just,
pan.
I just eat the pancakes. I don't mess with anything
Oh,
else. I love, dude.
I'm disappointed in you, Bobby.
You haven't had my pancakes. That's why.
Call
you're
yourself an
disappointed.
American.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
over
Bobby,
here?
you call yourself an American.
Yeah. Get
Toby,
yourself
in-
some bacon on them pancakes.
Toby, over there in the third world countries of England, do you guys open on Christmas Eve or do you open Christmas Day?
Christmas Day.
Yeah. How about you,
Yeah.
Sean?
Same thing. But I
Like
don't think that's a
normal human
Canadian thing. I
beings.
think it depends on the families and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, we're a
every-
melting pot.
We
Well,
do
the
when
thing-
I lived with my parents when I was a child, we did have a tradition that I was allowed to open one present at night time on Christmas.
Was it
Eve.
ever a good one or was it a crappy one?
Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was like, yeah, what am I supposed to do with this?
You're never getting like a 64 on Christmas Eve though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that.
No,
has-
nothing like that. No,
Yeah.
main presents are off limits.
Yeah.
Like here's an orange
Yeah,
if you'd like.
Exactly. Are
We
you
always
gonna-
got an orange in our stocking. I always thought that was weird.
Really?
We always got like a Christmas orange. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we must have just had like way too many oranges. We just had like an overflow of, because my parents, like, you should see their house, man. Even still, all the kids are moved out. There's nobody living there except for them. And they are stocked for the end of the world, for the apocalypse. They got so much food. So I think they're just like getting rid of stuff in our stockings.
Like,
Can't wait.
Here's an orange. Like, if my parents gave me an orange,
here.
I'd be like, what am I supposed to do with this?
But it was a Christmas orange, like a mandarin orange.
A clementine.
I would
So-
probably throw it at my brother.
It was
Sweet
the same.
clem.
Costco only has
Satsuma. There's different like variants.
Okay. Because Chelsea doesn't want me to pick those up. She keeps saying pick up Christmas oranges. I see the clementines over
What's
there.
a Christmas orange?
Like a mandarin orange. Like the ones that are really easy to peel. They're really
Yeah,
soft.
easy
small.
peelers. They're little.
like a-
yeah.
I didn't know there
They're-
was such thing as
they're-
a Christmas orange.
What?
I've never heard the term Christmas orange.
Yeah,
Like
me neither.
to me, oranges are big and tough.
Yeah.
Like, but satsumas or clementines, they are.
Satsumas.
Satsumas. They are small, easy peel,
Yeah.
very sweet, lovely.
You can make them look like you can make them look like either an elephant or a peepee. If you play your cards right.
You're weird. I don't understand what you guys are doing over there.
So, what are you having for breakfast on Christmas Day, Sean?
I was just thinking Bobby makes pancakes. I actually don't even know how to make pancakes, guys.
Really?
I've never made pancakes before.
Toby
I mean,
don't
like
know
I get
either.
the basic idea, but I've never made pancakes before.
I
No,
just buy them
recipe.
from the shop.
No.
I'm not like honestly, like Chelsea and I are not really like big meal people. Like we don't really like if we can sustain ourselves. If we could have like rice and chicken every single day, we probably would. Like
Sean,
I
you're
don't
breaking
I don't
my
care.
heart, man.
I
See,
don't
here's the thing.
care.
Here's the thing. When I was a young lad, probably anywhere from 15 on, when my parent, well, at 17, my parents got divorced. we didn't do anything Christmas morning when my dad was in the picture. But when my dad left, we would open presents early in the morning with my mom. Then we would go just next door to my aunt's house. And we would go over there, and my uncle would be cooking breakfast for everybody. And he would have biscuits and bacon and eggs and
I gotta get on that. That sounds amazing.
And
Bobby, remind me what a biscuit is again.
You know what a biscuit is. It's not a cookie like you have.
It's
like a muffin, but it's like whatever. I'll show you after the
show. Crumpets. They're like crumpets.
They're not crumpets.
That's it.
Whatever. Stop it. Stop trying to.
Sorry, I'm derailing you.
So we would open gifts there, and then we would go in there. It'd be this huge spread. So like when because my mom will come over tonight. And she'll spend the night here, and then I'll make her and Tony get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to open gifts, and I'll get like yelled at and stuff as I come downstairs and all that. But like then I cook breakfast for them, and it's kind of like taking on the tradition of what my uncle used to do.
That's the coolest thing I ever heard. Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's why I do it. It's more like that. Like, you know,
I'll probably have to spend this year to learn how to cook, Bobby. I think that I need to learn how to cook like a good breakfast. Basically, my breakfast would be like eggs and bacon, sausage, and what else? That's pretty much it.
I gotta teach
That's it.
Pancakes.
Just heating it up though. I gotta. Yeah, pancakes are nice. And neighbor Matt's, I used to go to his house, and they would have like these pancakes with this amazing like homemade blueberry sauce, which is very strange. But blueberry sauce and like whipping cream, holy crap! I can taste it in my mouth right now.
Sometimes will
that's
put
what she said.
Blueberries in the pancakes, and that's good.
Oh, yeah. I need to get on that. See, I should say like. Sweet. I just don't make the food. If somebody else is making food, I'll put a mountain on my plate.
That's good.
But I just don't make it. My parents used to make like these homemade cinnamon buns every Sunday, and then Christmas, obviously, and then it just had like a lot of fruit salad and just everything you could think of, Bobby.
Okay, let's do this. Toby, what was something that you asked for Christmas this year? Like, what's your thing that you want?
I didn't actually ask for anything other than from Karina. I asked for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I know I've got it because I picked it up in my hands and looked at it. So,
your Christmas is ruined. Sean, what about you?
I'm kind of hoping. I don't really like you asking this because if I don't get it, it's totally fine. But now that I'm saying that, it's like, is it really fine? But I'm kind of, and this is like a really expensive thing, so it's probably not going to happen. So I might have to save my pennies for it afterwards. But I kind of want to get a new Elgato, like the new, not the 4K one, but the HD, the 60 Pro, the one that goes in your computer. It's that's kind of what I'm.
Have one that sits in the computer.
Yeah, like I don't want something that like it's just HDMI in and out, and that's it. Like all the insides of the computer take care of the rest, and apparently there's no latency or anything.
That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
I've got my eye on that. It's been on sale at Amazon for a little bit. That's like top of the line. But I don't know. I feel like we just have stuff like we just. I got my geek outs here in front of me, but yeah, I don't know, man. What about you?
I mean, I asked for an Xbox One S. I'm hoping I get it, and mainly because I'm like, man, I'm thinking of all the stuff that I'd like to play. I'd like to try PUBG. I'd like to play Cuphead, Forza. There's a few games on Xbox that I'm looking forward to playing. I just. God, I hope I get time to play. I haven't really. Although the past couple of days, I've actually been putting a lot of time. Into games and stuff. So it's been a little bit different, but it's been a hard year.
Well, it's okay. Games. Nintendo Switch doesn't have any games, so you have lots of time to play over on Xbox.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the one thing. Now, like, as far as like, let's do this. Like, what gifts did you? Like, what's something you gave?
Oh, I'm excited. Chelsea splurged on my birthday. I know. Well, I'm looking because they were hiding just over there until I wrapped them last night.
Yeah.
Chelsea is getting a GoPro.
Nice.
One of those waterproof ones you can take to the pool and stuff. And I got her a new headset. Like it actually came from. The recommendation came from Ben Butler on Generational Gamers podcast. It's a Razer Thresher Tournament Edition.
Okay. Good
price. They seem awesome. I actually bought two, so maybe I'll keep one as well.
You are so messed up.
But then my geek outs are something that I spent too much money on Chelsea's present, so I bought some other stuff that are just going to be ours, and that's my geek out, Bobby.
That's cool. We'll get that in a second.
All right.
Toby, what is something that you bought Karina?
Nothing geeky.
It doesn't matter. What's something that you're excited to give her? Is there anything like?
Do you knit her a sweater?
When's this podcast going up, Bobby?
Monday.
On Christmas morning.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I got my brother. This will excite you too.
Okay.
I got my brother a starter set of Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna start having some D&D nights.
A starter set. I love it.
Nice.
I need that.
Because we used to play back in the day when I was a teenager, and we had a good time with it. And it's been a long time.
You are nerdy enough. I can see you playing D&D.
Did you ever play a board game called Hero Quest? Did you ever have that?
You know what? My dad has got that.
No way.
Yeah,
that's as much Dungeons and Dragons as I got, because that's for dummies like me. Love that game, Hero Quest.
And I've got other like tabletop. They're like board games, but they're sort of heavily inspired by D&D. Mm-hmm. So I got this one called Return to Castle Ravenloft, or it might just be called Castle Ravenloft. And that's got different scenarios in it. It's got a board and vampires, and like you go in as your adventurers, and there's enemies that spawn and stuff. And then I got this other one that I got for Christmas last year.
Look at Bob, you're gonna put him to sleep.
What's it called? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's up there.
Oh, okay.
Super Dungeon Explorer. That's it. And that's
Super Dungeon Explorer.
Yeah, and that's like heavily video game inspired, and it's got these like anime sort of creatures. Like all the characters have got like big anime faces, and everyone's sort of squat. And there's like chocobo type creatures and stuff.
There's about 5 people back. There's about 5 people still listening to the podcast.
Just stop, Bobby. Did you guys ever play Nightmare? Did you ever play any board games with a VHS?
No.
Like
I watched the TV show. I used to love Nightmare on TV.
Oh God, my dad had a Star Trek game. Somebody out there remembers the Star Trek VHS interactive game. Yeah. And they had like a Klingon who was like staring at you, and then like every 15 minutes he would yell like "Gah!" and he would change up the game, and it was amazing. I'm sure somewhere on YouTube they've just like uploaded the VHS of these. Bobby, do you just want to keep going? I feel like I'm boring you.
With the games, yeah. Now you guys are getting out of control.
All right, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep watching WrestleMania videos.
What is your geek out, Sean?
My geek out, first of all, my first geek out, I have 2, Bobby. My first is multi-parted. Holiday sales. I am going crazy just going through the Xbox sale, the PlayStation sale, the Nintendo cuts down their prices to where everybody else is at normally, and even Steam sale. I'm just finding that I'm going on. I don't have any time for any of these games. There's no way. But the deals, I can't afford not to buy them, Bobby. So that's my first geek out. My second geek out is these Pro controllers. They are wired. It's the new face-off wired Hori. Is this Hori? Yeah, I think this is Hori. Mm-hmm. These have faceplates on them. Did you guys know about this?
Yeah,
I didn't know about them.
This one, I don't know if they actually has a name. This one, it just has a star on it and this sweet kind of like engraved kind of black and white design on it. And I just freaking love it. And they're like a third of the price of regular Pro controllers. So this is going to be just sitting right here, I think. And while I was there to pick up that, I got this one too, the Mario, and it also has a Luigi faceplate on there. So like, where can I buy more faceplates? This is I can now officially lay my 3DS to rest. I have interchangeable faceplates on here. I want a Mutant Muds faceplate. I want a Chicken Wiggle faceplate. I want all the rest.
I'm sure Etsy has a lot of custom faceplates.
Oh man, these are.
You know what? I bet that's a good call to me. I bet there is. Yeah. For me, like though, I just didn't like it because of the wired. I wish that they would come out with a wireless. Well, I figure it'll be here.
I'm gonna put like my dockers right here.
That makes sense. So, unfortunately, the way I've changed my setup with my TV here, my dock is over here. So I can't put the cord back this way.
It's 8 feet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the cord is 8 feet.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well, it says 8 apostrophe. I don't know. Is that feet?
That's feet.
I don't know what's a foot. How many meters is this, Bobby?
I don't know. It's not that big.
I'm just kidding. I know how much a foot is.
It's not that big.
I'm just poking fun at our different cultures, Bobby. I'm the rebels and you're the Imperials.
Myself, I'm really not. I was geeking out about something, but I got to get it to work properly. This thing, I got to figure out how to get it to work. I'm struggling right now.
What is that for the listeners?
This is it's a SNES Pro controller for the Switch.
Cool.
So I thought of like when I was playing my retro games, this would be the way that I would play. Or games that are like that feel like I need to use a D-pad and play. Like
all your virtual console games.
Well, just like Mutant Muds and like this new game, this Blossom Tales. Like I could play with this thing instead. Mm-hmm. It is wireless. It does have dual triggers up top. Analog
Oh, it
sticks.
does.
Yeah, it has dual triggers up top. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not heavy. It's got a nice weight to it, so I like it.
But the Vita didn't do that.
I know.
That thing is shaped exactly like it. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, I'm fine. I'm just struggling with getting it to work. Is the problem? Like you got to do all these things to get it to go, and it's like it's not wanting to recognize. And
didn't the Wii U have a controller like that?
It was similar, yes, but it wasn't like the analog sticks weren't as good, and it wasn't shaped identical to. It was a little bigger. And it was weird. The back was shaped like kind of rounded.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, this week we didn't really grab topics. What I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about 2017 because this will be the final episode of 2017 for us. And I just kind of wanted to talk about that. And I wanted to be like, what are some things that you take away from 2017 that had you excited and maybe we'll get into a little bit of what you're hoping for in 2018. But Toby, I'll start with you. How was your 2017 as far as gaming goes?
At the start of the year, before the Switch was out, I was very apprehensive about Nintendo's future, and obviously at the reveal we were all very excited, but it was like
no. Two of us were very excited.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of us would curse people out and flip.
Yeah. But then, like, when it came out, sort of the Switch sort of stole my year for gaming, and it took me away from my PlayStation quite a lot more than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And I got myself a Xbox One S this year as well, which again it's gathering dust. I've just not played it. But yeah,
Have you played PUBG though?
Yeah, I've been playing that.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think Nintendo has just sort of gone into the stratosphere this year. Like they're doing so well, and they're putting out so many games. All these independent games every week, the big AAA games every other month is just fantastic, and it's just amazing to me how much they've had a comeback.
Let's start with that initial reveal. I think that's a good place because the three of us met up. We'd have a live reveal. People can go back and watch it if they choose so. It's weird that reveal. Like we started watching it, and it's like if you watch the reveal, it's strange. We're all kind of like the hype is going up. You see the excitement in our faces, and then all of a sudden, it just right around 1-2 switch, it just starts to nosedive, and it's like there's still like a little bit of hope. I think I'm the only idiot that's got a little bit of hope in it, but you can see in your two faces, you're kind of like, especially Sean. Sean was just like, I'm done. Like, I want out of here.
That was my Twitter profile for a good portion of the year. It was me reacting to 1-2 switch. Like, what is this?
And then, at least for me and Toby, now there's twofold. All three of us, when the Zelda trailer goes, we're like, boom, we go right back up.
Yeah.
Then Sean goes right back down, and me and Toby stay up. Like me and Toby still ride high off of the Zelda trailer, where Sean just goes back down to, in terms of like his reality of like this has not sold me at that point. There was conversations we had because it got heated. More between me and Sean. Sean and I got pretty heated at that time in our relationship because he wasn't sold on it, and it was a constant. And I was just Super Nintendo boy, like flipping out every 2 seconds about it. But there's a conversation that we have at one point, and Sean's like, "This thing won't even be my number 2 console, let alone my number 3." and then it flipped like months later, where it did become your number one at one point. I don't know where it stands now in terms, but at that one point, it like totally flipped back, and you were just like, "Holy crap, dude! This thing is amazing," and you were loving it. And I think we all kind of went through. Like for me, I remember the day of the reveal. I was talking to Mark Carabin, and I was like, "Man, if they just give me price, release date, and if I can pre-order, I'm buying it." I didn't need anything else. The rest was just white noise. So for me going in, they hit those things for me. So I was like, I'm in. I'm sold. Because that initial trailer, that teaser that they did with Antisocial Karen, like that whole thing, that made me like that flipped me out. And I was like,
see, and if they did like a pre-order, like here's the price and this is when it's available, at that moment I would have been all in. I think that totally killed it. And then the reveal was boring, but this is the thing that we talked about, Bobby, throughout the entire year that I have really marveled at, regardless of where the Switch is on my 1, 2, 3 list right now, is they had an inventory of messaging that they carefully dripped out. So they had that commercial, got everybody excited, and then they had the reveal with very little information, actually. In the grand scheme of things and what we've seen since then, that had like just a little bit. Everybody remembers that image that they had. These are the games that are coming up, and these are the people who are working on games. So, and it was still pretty sparse, but it got you guys.
Yeah.
So that was special. That was catered for you. My moment came on the Nindies direct that they did. Now that's when it kind of hit me. Went, holy crap! Like I've said this 1,000 times before. If there's ever a direct or E3 conference or anything and my wallet can't afford it, that's amazing. Yeah. That's my level of judgment for is this exciting to me. So my wallet couldn't afford the Nindies show, and they had it was SteamWorld Dig 2 reveal, right? That's when we first found out about that, and I was like, oh, that's a big deal. Like, I mean, Image Informant, Bobby, I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they are a huge deal. So that came later, and then as the year went on, and we'll get to it, it started to bring more and more people on. So there was everybody had a different moment throughout 2017 where they're like, man, I think I need this thing.
Yeah.
And that's been a very understated thing that Nintendo has accomplished this year that, you know, I think they deserve a lot of recognition for it. And now it's turned into 14, 15, 16 games coming out every day on the freaking eShop. And now we've hit a critical mass of people buying games and selling Switches and everything. It's got momentum for sure. But there were stages, and I feel like Nintendo deserves credit that was actually part of the plan. Like, this doesn't happen. You don't sell 10 million Switches by accident.
Yeah.
So I that was my moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, I look at the different beats of the year, and it's, to me, just the fact of, like, I was a big proponent of the Wii U. I love the Wii U. And to sit back now and look at it and go like, wow, that console was bad. And I can only say that because I can look at this year and go, how great this thing is. Like, how much momentum. Like, I remember having arguments with Todd Oxtra, and it was just like, I don't understand what you're talking about. The games are there. Like, I'm playing games every single week, and I'm having a good time with it, and I don't understand why you don't like it. And then now I look at it and go, I totally see what he was talking about. Because I couldn't. And this is the thing I'm curious about. Do you guys ever remember any console having this many games hit week after week after week? And it's just like, from all spectrums of games.
I don't know objectively. I really don't. Because I never really played on PC. PC is probably the closest thing. But I did feel like in the and now on the Xbox and PlayStation, I feel inundated. I think, more than anything, and I felt like that on most consoles for a while. I think that the number of games coming out for Switch is probably more if you were to quantify it, but I have definitely felt like there's more than I can handle for quite a number of years. And I don't know if that's a measure of is this a good console for me? Maybe, but certainly it's nice to have Nintendo as part of that mix rather than, oh, this is the one game that you've got, okay, great. And that's the picture that was painted for us in the beginning was, okay, well, in this month you're going to get this, and in June or whatever you're going to get ARMS, and it's like, that's not really the standard that we're used to these days. We're kind of used to choice, not the spoon-fed, here's your game per month kind of thing. Toby, I don't know. What do you think, man?
Well, I know that the PlayStation 4 does get a lot of games that you just don't hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Remember on what's it
PS I
called?
Love You.
Yeah, PS I Love You. Like they had that segment, they'd read out all the descriptions of the games coming out every week, and like a lot of them were just trash. Most of them were rubbish.
Yeah.
And that's the difference with the Switch is there's a lot of good games there as well. You do get the occasional mobile phone port or whatever, but there are at least one game every week that I feel like I need. Like the quality is so good that I just need it on my Switch.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference there.
The weeks that are hard for me is the weeks when it's multiple games. Like, and I'm looking at it going like, it's not hard, at least for me personally. I don't feel like it's that difficult when it's 2 or 3 indie games. Where it becomes a choice and difficult for me is when 2 or 3 AAA games hit and then a couple of indie games as well. Then I'm like, holy cow, man, where am I going to... Because I remember when, it was Mario, then Skyrim, then... literally, I went Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario, Skyrim, Doom, and LA Noire, and I was like, dude, how am I going to afford all this? This is nuts. And then all the indie games that came in between. It's unheard of at least as far as in my world. Now, I'm not into PC gaming at all. I hear that Steam is probably just as bad, because Steam, this is the way it is with Steam.
It's like Steam and the App Store are both just like, it's actually ridiculous now. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. It's hard. But I couldn't imagine being a dev trying to go like, okay, I need to launch a game. Where do I put it? Like, that's got to be the most gut-wrenching thing in the world, What is your highlight of the year? Like, what's game-wise? What are some games that you like really truly loved playing this year?
Man, what question right off the top. Toby, do you have anything off the top of your head? Like, I feel like Zelda, obviously.
Yeah, obviously Zelda, Mario. Yeah. Resident Evil 7 was a surprise for me, how good that was. Call of Duty World War II.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Exceptional. There's been so many great games this year.
Rocket League, Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, I was saying that facetiously, but yeah, on Switch, it's... Yeah. Can I just say that, like, we were playing the other night, and we had people on PC and Xbox and Switch, and it was like the most magical. It's just like living in the future.
It's awesome, man.
We were talking before we started recording about like the magic of LAN parties and how that was like, how is this working? Like, I looked up the game and your name was there, and I clicked in and we're playing together. That's what this was. This is the new age like LAN party is. It was incredible.
I was saying to Tony last night, I'm like, because I have a feeling this is going to happen tomorrow at Christmas. Miguel is coming over for Christmas dinner. So Miguel's going to come over. I'm going to tell him, bring your Switch. And then I literally have 2 TVs there and 1 here. So I could take my nephew, give him Tony's Switch. Miguel could play his Switch. And then I have mine here. And we could all be playing Splatoon at the same time.
Splatoon as well. We played Mario Kart for ages this year. Like
that's what I want to say. When we had that Super Indie podcast Mario Kart night, dude, that was a special night, man. Like, Toby doesn't know because Toby was sleeping when it went down. But
I feel so bad, man. Like, I wanna play games with Toby so bad, but like
Toby doesn't like you enough to play games with you.
Shut up. Yes, he does. Toby and I both have Xboxes. It sucks, man. Like, I don't know. We need like a scheduling assistant with a time zone converter in there just to like find that spot for us. We need some help.
In the middle of the night when I'm up feeding Evie, I'll send you a message and I'll go, want a quick game of PUBG?
Yeah. But Chelsea will too. She'll be right in there, man.
Chelsea was playing late the other night. The thing is, too, is like when you look at, like, that night was special because literally, like, you're playing. I was playing on one TV. Tony was playing on another TV. She's in one set of races. And I'm like, oh, my God, you got Sean Dupree and Adam Leonard. And Marty Estes from Nintendo Dads. And then I'm, like, playing with, like, Donnie from PSVG and Jason Lacey and all these... And I'm like, this is nuts, man. Mm-hmm. This is crazy to see this happen. And then, like, there was people playing from, like, Austria and Japan. And, all, like, these are all our listeners, like, coming in and playing with us. It was such a special night, man. It really was a great night.
Can I say, in terms of a retrospective of 2017, it's been a big year for you as well with the channel and everything. And I was talking to some people how, I think it was Lohr actually, when we were playing some Rocket League the other night. And I was just kind of like reflecting on how you managed to just have the game that everybody was playing and host it, and everybody came to join you. Like, you did such a great job of that this year with Mario Kart and with Splatoon specifically, and like just building the community. I feel like that was sort of a monumental moment, and you just managed, like, I should say that it's not easy to do. It sounds like you just go like, well, just buy the new game and then like host something and then everybody will come, and it doesn't really work that way. So I just think that you've done a really, really nice job with that this year, and it has propelled all of the shows. It's propelled the whole community. I just saw a Grouchie Serge saying, like, he was referring to this community as the Super Indie Podcast community, and it's like, oh, this is a thing. Like, this is, that actually kind of stuck a little bit, and I think it does have a lot to do with, like, most of us spending the summer with you on our phone, but then we're playing Splatoon, and I don't know. It was just really neat. Like, that was new this year. That didn't exist in years past.
It was. Thank you. I appreciate that. But the thing is like when I looked at like the Splatoon nights that we were playing, like, it was so amazing. Like, literally the people that were coming out and just joining, and not only that, like, people are just finding us, and then we're like, hey, I'm going to join a Discord, and I'm going to stick with you from now on. You know what I mean? We're going to keep hanging out and all that stuff. And then like it transitioned to like when we started to do the live shows on If We Ran Nintendo, those same people were showing up at the live shows, and they would hang out there, and it was like, it did just become this pretty amazing thing. I think when the Splatoon, I can't help but think back to like the tournament that we held. I felt like that was a pretty phenomenal night. You know, like, literally we're in the middle of the tournament and people are just showing up and wanting to join, and I'm like, I had to start a second tournament after the first tournament to try to get dude, it was just incredible, man. The outpouring and such. It was really, really cool.
We started Patreon this year, Bobby.
We did.
Yeah, we had Toby. We had a meeting, and we're like, we gotta come up with a name, guys. What are we gonna do?
That's the stupidest name ever. Just like make us better.
Maybe we didn't think like we would be doing this for so long. Maybe we just thought it was like be for a couple of months.
Like next week we're done.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm glad that it isn't like a thing. It's not a guru thing. It's not a nerdy thing. It's not really anything. It's just kind of like, this is us, and people have really pushed us, I think, to come up with new stuff, and you continue to, like, with your freaking 5 days a week videos and 17 podcasts and everything else. And I think this year has been really big for, I mean, Toby and I both had babies this year, and we continue to, like, I didn't think any of this was going to be possible, to be honest with you. And you and I talked about that about this time last year. I'm like, I don't know what is going to happen in April, and I don't know, Toby. I actually never really talked to you, Toby, about that. Like, were you concerned, or did you have worries about, like, once baby comes, and like, who knows? Like, this is not important compared to that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd like to announce my retirement.
I'm done, guys.
It's interesting. Out. Like, I definitely knew it would affect, like, my free time, and actually, baby has affected the amount of time I can game quite a bit. Especially gaming nights with Mike. Like, it used to be, I can do it 2-3 times a week if I wanted to, but now it's like I have to earn the right to have Karina look after Evie whilst I'm gaming. Like, you know, she
Link goes to bed at like 8 o'clock, and then you've got, if you don't want to go to bed, then it becomes a choice every night. Do I want to sleep, or do I want to play games? And there's always coffee.
And obviously, like, I still need to make my videos every month for Patreon, so I've got some free time over Christmas, so I'm going to be catching up a little bit with my videos before the new year.
I gotta say that too, you guys, man. I'm jealous of you guys. Like, I told Tony the other day, I'm like, when I finally get some vacation time back, because I left jobs recently this year, And that was a big change for me as well. But I said, once I finally start to earn vacation time, like in the future, I'm taking the week between Christmas and New Year's off.
Hell yeah.
Like, that is something special, man. To have
it's
that
nice.
Like, that's pretty awesome, man. So I'm like...
This is like my summer vacation.
Yeah.
Like, when you're a kid, you look forward to the 2 months off. This is the 2 weeks that I get off, and it's just like, it is such a great refresh. And coming back in the new year, it's just that clean break.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing real. Like, there's nothing really different about January, but I don't know what it is, man. You just have this, like, this step away from everything for a little bit. I've been at the same place for 9 years, man.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I've taken this 2 weeks off for 9 years. Hit that same button on the elevator.
What was that? 7 years at the last job, and I left to go to this job, and I'm like, oh, I missed having that time where I could be.
Yeah, it's nice.
That was ultimately...
You'll get it back. You'll get it back.
Yeah, but that was ultimately my problem why I left, because I couldn't get time off. I went from in the beginning being able to get time off, and then people left the job that would like cover my days off and stuff, and it just became the point where I felt like I was working all the time, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. Looking forward to 2018, is there anything that you guys are looking at, like you hope to have, or like game-wise, are you hoping hits or comes out or anything like that?
I'm thinking more along the lines of like, I would just really like to find a schedule for streaming and maybe even do some co-streaming with Chelsea as well. I know she's really looking forward to getting into that. Like I would really like to, like you and I, there's just sort of like, and whoever really, just continue on the multiplayer stuff. If it's Splatoon or if it's, I know ARMS is actually coming up a little bit, but people are starting to come on board with PUBG and stuff. And I would really like to kind of fall into a bit of a pattern or a routine with that. Those are games that I'm having more, I guess I'm having more attachment to, because you can just pick them up and play. Like it doesn't matter if I finish them, which is so different from this time last year where all I wanted to do was have a game with a beginning, middle, and end, and I can take it out and then move on to the next one. Whereas now I just want to play. Like I'm playing so much Rocket League these days, it's not even funny. And it's so stupid because I like, oh, I'll just play 1 or 2 matches and then I play for 2 hours. It's like, well, I could have taken a good chunk out of Persona 5 there, but I don't know why. Like my mindset has changed. I'm still not on the I want to play Firewatch. Like I'm not John Wall up in here. But you know, I feel my gaming preferences changing, and whether or not it's directly related to the time I have available, I'm not necessarily sure. If it's a combination of that, and I've just played every Call of Duty so far, or every Halo or Gears of War, like, you know, it starts to become a little the same. And I can get back in the day, it was all multiplayer, like Star Siege Tribes back in the day, and multiplayer real-time strategy games. So I want to do that, man, in 2018. I don't really know, especially on the Xbox side. I'm not really pumped about State of Decay, or I guess I'm excited to see if maybe that's where the two worlds collide, Bob.
Possibly.
That's the multiplayer stuff, but we'll see. Toby, what about you, man?
Yeah, Toby.
I am excited.
A little bit more. Listen, Toby, don't start with I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Come on, bro.
Sorry, but you know what?
Come on,
I'll tell you why. Look, I've been a bit quiet. I've been told off by my wife, right? Karina texted me a minute ago. I made some bottles up earlier, and I didn't put them in the fridge. I forgot, and I left them on the side. 5 fully made up bottles for Evie, and you can't leave them out for more than an hour, otherwise they go bad. So she was like telling me off, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot." So
are they formula bottles?
Yeah, so she's a bit angry with me at the moment.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. Yeah. You just know dude. I screamed "Hey!" and Lincoln was like middle of the nap, and I just like totally blanked. I was recording We the Gamercast. Hey, and Chelsea's like, "Are you serious right now?" And I'm like, "I don't have words. I I just." Like, what in the world was I thinking?
So now Toby, he just sitting there like, yeah, I'm excited. Like Eeyore.
No, I get it. It's hard to...
I tell you what, right? There's a Shenmue 3. There's a slight chance it might come out.
That's like 2020.
It might.
2020, it's serious.
I know it's probably not going to come out, but there's a slight chance that it will. But even that, I'm concerned about that, because... I've been playing ukulele on Switch, and I was really excited for that, but it's not sort of living up to my hype levels for it.
That's why I'm waiting. When they hit sale, I'll talk about it.
You know, it's made by the same guys that made the games that I loved on N64, and it's got the same charm, and it's pretty good looking, but there's some cheapness to like the way the camera works and the way it feels to control, that it doesn't feel the same. Like there's something missing from that. I don't know.
It feels exactly the same. That's the problem. They were put in a cryogenic freezer and they just woke up and made a game like it was 1998.
Like the level designs are nowhere near as good. They're terrible, I would actually say.
I don't think they have everybody working on the game.
Yeah,
it's a smaller team.
Yeah, they have the most important people, like the most well-known people at least.
Yeah, but they don't know the best. They could have just been leagues. Like,
I suppose, like, you know, it's like making...
You gotta remember, I've said it before, they had to send Miyamoto over there to work with them. Just saying.
Did they?
Yeah, man, when they were making Donkey Kong Country, they sent the rough drafts over to Nintendo, and they were like, no. They were like, Mr. Miyamoto, go over there and work with them. And he made changes that made that game beloved. Like, I'm telling you, man, they need a refresher course with Miyamoto. That's the problem.
What about Aonuma?
He's not the same.
You don't think, Bobby? You think he hasn't taken over?
No. He's taken over Zelda. That's it.
Okay.
He hasn't taken over Nintendo.
You remember that comment?
Where he flipped the table on him?
That's a callback. That's a callback.
Yeah, he flipped
So
the table
something else I would like to do next year is sort of get more of an audience for my videos that I'm making. You know, because I feel like people watch them and I get a few comments like, "Oh yeah, I remember this," or you know, "This is my favorite," whatever. But I feel like the channel's all about Bobby, which it is because Bobby puts so much work on it. But I kind of want to get my own little corner, my own little niche going.
Yeah.
So,
I think ultimately, like, the thing that happens, you need to be, and I've learned this over the last year, you have to be consistent. You know, if you do a video once every... Now, I'm not taking shots by any stretch of imagination. Please don't.
They're sporadic, I know.
Yes, if you do sporadic videos,
yeah,
it's like people have... They lose sight of that. Like, I'm in their face every single day, and I do that for a reason, because I don't want to be forgotten, because I know that I'm very forgettable. So if the thing comes up and, you know, a day or two goes by, they're just going to be like, oh, I'm on to the next guy. You know, and so you got to keep in their face and such. Listen, say what you want. Your videos now do much better than I feel, which were much better videos on the other side. Me and Josh Thomas, we just had a conference. We were actually talking about you the other day.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I said to him, I was like, it blows me away sometimes the videos that people watch. If you watch he does a series called The Fold. Dude, this dude went and built an entire winter wonderland that him and his buddies sit in and play games during Christmas time, right? Amazing. There's actually people that came on the channel and started tearing him apart for building that set. And I'm like, why would you be mad at somebody for building a set? Like, it makes no sense. And then, same thing, I said to him, it just blows me away sometimes because I look at the quality of video that Toby does, kills what I do. Like, your stuff is really, really good. And I'm like, why does he not get more view? Like, that Zelda series you were doing, Details of the Dungeon, dude, it killed me when you stopped doing that. Because that series was amazing, man. Really, really amazing. And I'm like, I don't understand why it doesn't get the views it should get. Like, it should be getting way more than it does. And that's the thing. It's just luck. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the stuff that I do is not special by any stretch of the imagination. For some reason, I've been blessed enough that people take the time to watch it, and I got lucky. That's all it is. But it's, you know, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, dude, your stuff now is doing much, much better than when we were over at the Geek Guru.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm happy with like the comments and everything. I just, like I say, I just want to get that little group of people every time.
Can we just fast forward? Can you just take your laptop downstairs to when Karina beats you up? Because I just want to watch that. That would be a Christmas miracle to see her just like.
I'll get you a million views.
Yeah. Grab Toby by the throat, start punching him in the face and stuff, and like. So, we're gonna slowly start wrapping up here at this point. Well, you know what? For me, I didn't even go into my stuff. What I am really looking forward to, and I hope, God, I hope it happens. I've said this numerous times, and I know because I keep saying it's not going to happen, but I want Animal Crossing so badly on the Switch. Man, I cannot wait to just play this game, because I will stream this from day one to day whatever, and just keep showing every day, like, all the stuff. But, like, I love that series, and I could just see myself for hours on stream, just fishing, doing whatever, catching the different fish, filling the museum. Just so much fun. I love that series. So I'm hoping for that, really. I really am. Other than that, I don't think there's anything Nintendo can really give me. Like, I am excited for Bayonetta 1 and 2 to go back.
They're going to give you new Joy-Cons, Bobby. They're going to give you, like, GameCube.
I want
not just Joy-Cons.
Oh,
they're going to be, like, new attachments.
Dude.
Like, that's what 2018 is going to have, and we are all going to go absolutely bonkers for it, I think.
If they do that, man, sign me up.
Like custom, well, not even custom, but yeah, like just retro style kind of, they just fit. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I would buy all of them, and I would buy them at a high price.
Dude, I would, without a doubt. Like, I went and bought this thing just for the fact. Like, I went and bought this just so I can have that feel of a game, like of a Super Nintendo controller.
Like, now looking at it though, like I wonder if the only one that they can do is GameCube and 64. Like, I don't know how you do that on the Switch. I don't know, man. They're gonna do something clever though. Like, it just, there's too much that can be done with those two, like the slots. There's way too much, and it's so central to how you engage with that system. Yeah. There's something there. There's definitely they're toy makers, man. They're tinkers.
The N64 comes into a problem because of the analog stick in the middle and whatever. But they can.
Yeah, you put that on the left.
But they can put that. Yeah, they can change that.
Although, how do left-handed people play? Did they, like? I don't know. Is that
like
is
that?
Yeah? Did they just switch hands? Really? Yeah. Like, I don't really.
So
I wonder.
So for me, I look at that and I go, okay, but like the GameCube, they could definitely do one for that. Like, there's no doubt about it. They can throw them buttons on the side of the Joy-Con.
Oh my god, that would be incredible.
Yeah,
the GameCube adapter works on Switch.
Yes.
So you don't even need.
Yeah.
Just use GameCube controllers.
Well, if you don't want to, what the main thing is that's fine. But I guess the point we're getting at is, if I can take that on the go and still have that, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to take your. That's the whole point of the console portability. Like, if I can have what I really want of anything. And I don't know that it's going to happen, but I want Pro Joy-Cons. I want the big, meaty analog sticks.
Yep.
I want bigger buttons on it. I want a D-pad on the left, not the buttons, split buttons and stuff. Like, I'm willing to give you $80 to $100 to make me special Joy-Cons that feel more like the Pro.
I'm right with you, man. Yeah. Obviously, like, I have no problem buying more controllers than I need. I still have more stuff. Actually, maybe Chelsea won't listen to this. I probably shouldn't say anything more.
It's not coming out till Monday anyway, so you're fine.
I know, but her birthday's in January, and I almost
you don't want to do that. You don't do that.
Yeah, my birthday's in January.
So it's my birthday.
What day?
27th.
27th. Chelsea's the 23rd. Look at that.
I'm the 11th.
Birth week.
I'm the 11th. So I come
Birth
first.
month.
No, nobody cares, Bobby.
Son of... Anyway, is there anything else before we wrap up, guys? Anything you're looking forward to in 2018, or?
You know, I want more indie games on Switch that I just get absorbed by. Like this year, Stardew Valley, SteamWorld Dig 2, Blossom Tales, Itldew 2, what's the other one?
Lumo?
Not Lumo, but there's been like a whole bunch. There's been at least 5 indie games on Switch that have sort of totally absorbed my attention. Like,
what about Golf Story? Did you play that?
That is on my list to get.
I want to pick that one.
Like, I can't wait to play that. But like, these indies are so good on Switch, and I just can't stop playing them. Can't stop it.
I played Octodad for the first time. I was playing that on Xbox. That game is freaking hilarious, Bobby. And there's like time trials and stuff, and the achievements on them are so funny. Oh, with co-op, you can do co-op.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta try that out. I had it right on tip of my. Oh, you know what 2018 could be for me, Bobby? And you're gonna throw up at the thought of this. And just to throw a little PlayStation love onto this Gaming Gurus Nintendo show, PlayStation VR could happen in my future.
You think?
They have dropped the price right now. $199 in this, like, that's getting into irrational, irresponsible decision-making territory, where you go. But one of the biggest reasons I haven't yet is because it's just another library, another catalog of games to go through and buy and build up and then not have time for, and then I'm ignoring something else. Like, I'm even making a mistake now where I'm buying games on PC because it's like capable enough. I was playing Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice on my PC and it runs fine, like at high settings. I'm like, oh, this is actually, look at all these other cheap games on Steam. So yeah, man, and they had a great showing at PSX. I thought of a PlayStation VR. They had some compelling stuff to look at. It could happen. 2018 could be a VR year for me. I'm not sure.
I think when I saw that yesterday, it was like now 199. I just went, wow. Like, it's almost like this to me. It's like this is a last ditch effort to make it take off. I think they're in one of those situations of like it doesn't, and I don't know because I haven't heard a whole lot. But am I wrong when I say like it doesn't feel like the developers are really supporting it in terms of?
I would say if you said that a month ago, I would say yes. Okay. But as of like the beginning of December, it does seem like they at PSX, I think they had like 70 playable games.
Okay, well that's good then. Okay.
Like it's getting, and they've got this really cool like tactical shooter kind of game, and the other one with if you like Rick and Morty, the guys who make Rick and Morty making this accounting plus game. It looks hilarious, and yeah, man, I'm just getting.
I was listening to back when Colin was still there. I was listening to the Games Cast. They actually had Per Schneider on. And Colin said something, and I had never heard him say anything at this point, but he said something that was like really smart, I felt. And it was like, VR is like video games all over again.
Right,
and
of course.
This is basically like the Atari 2600. And we're getting games like Pong and stuff now. And he's like, at some point, we're going to start getting the River Raids and the Pitfalls, and then the Mario and the Super Mario, and all these games are going to start hitting and coming into play. And that's where your excitement needs to get up for this, because this could potentially start to become like some amazing stuff. Now,
and the progression will be faster because it's not like nobody knows how to make games.
Yes,
like back then, nobody knew how to make games. Period.
Yeah.
So now it's just a new medium.
And Per made a very wise point. I think he said the things that he was looking forward to with VR was the cockpit type games.
Yes,
like when you're playing like a racing game and you're sitting in the cockpit of a racing car, and like that's
man, give me more of those VR missions, the Star Wars Battlefront, the missions that they had. Give me more of that. Holy crap, are you kidding? Like, because that's how when we were kids, that's what was in our minds. We were looking at a screen and it was 4:3 and terrible graphics and everything, but in our minds it was like, I am in this cockpit. And the 199 to me says that model is going to be discontinued. They're going to have a new one that is maybe fewer wires or easier setup or better visuals. I don't know. Like there's a new PSVR model on the. In my prediction, if we're doing a 2018 prediction, is that they announce something new for VR with a new model, new headset.
Yeah.
Or a hat, as somebody would call it.
Yeah, they need to make something that's wireless. That's my.
Yeah, opinion. I wonder. Like, well. I think there are you can take steps because they have so many wires right now that you could take out like one or two of those wires, or maybe have fewer connection points. Like that's the only diagram that's more complicated than the Hori voice chat setup for Nintendo is the PSVR, and you've got like things going in and out of the PlayStation and over to the TV and into your cat's ass. Because
I don't understand how a game like Resident Evil 7 you could play with the wires in, because you got stuff coming up behind you in theory. How do you turn with?
Well, I think turning is okay. It reminds me of like Spirit Camera on the 3DS. Like I didn't want to actually, like, because I would be sitting on the couch and I didn't want to turn like 360. So whether there's wires or not, like obviously 3DS is wireless. I just never wanted to look all the way behind me. So games should just not be designed that way. What are you giggling at?
Toby. Just looks like a beaten child.
I know. Dude, that's that feeling.
It's VR as well. I totally switch off with VR. Like,
he's like
there's no way I'm getting into
like
it.
A grounded school child or in the corner, like I'm about to go home and mommy's gonna beat me.
What about PS Pro? You guys like the Scorpio? I've said this before. Has made me go, well, maybe I just want a top of the line PS4 now too.
I don't want a Pro.
Here's
I saw an open box one at Best Buy yesterday. I almost picked it up. It was like $150 less.
Unless my PlayStation 4 breaks, I'm not getting a Pro. Like,
that's the smart answer, because I still like my Destiny White, even though it doesn't eject because it's a piece of garbage hardware. But anyways, other than that, it looks really pretty and it plays good games.
My thought is this: like, as far as like an Xbox One X, I thought like I'll try the S, see how it is. If I really, really like it, then I might do something where I trade in the S and upgrade to an X. And if that impresses me enough to go like, man, I think I need to upgrade my PS4, then that might be the move I do too. The only thing that upsets me about trading in my PS4 is the fact that I have some. Well, first off, my hard drive is upgraded in it, so that means I would have to go pull it out and switch it out and stuff. But the other thing is like the fact that like it's that special edition. It's the Batman special edition, and I don't know that.
That's a good one. Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that.
So it's like, we'll see.
Or just a regular. You know what? That white PS4 Pro though, that looks really nice. That Destiny one, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are just all stupid purchase decisions. That's the thing. These are all like totally irrational. It doesn't. None of these purchases make sense.
Toby.
But
the best games that I've played this year are either indie games or Nintendo games that don't require powerful consoles.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna take that away. You're right. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. Checking us out over on the YouTubes. Check out Toby's Twitter over at Toby_Take. Sean Capri. Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants. Myself at Nintendo Gurus. Peace out, Preston.
That's it. That's just so abrupt.
Happy Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody got what they wanted.
Merry Christmas.
Grab yourself a mince pie. Have a nice
I hope everybody
glass of
is.
milk.
Yes. Get your robes and your pajama pants and your slippers. Be comfy.
Open your N64s and scream to high heaven.
Bye.